Well, hey everyone out there, thanks for choosing our short explanation of the game, KARAKGOBLIN. It's Chris here from JMNC Games, and today we are diving into this monster battle card game. You might be familiar with Karak. This, you might think, is an expansion, but it's actually a standalone game. We already did a video on how to play the original version of Karak, so if you're looking for that, you can click on the link right up there, and that will take you to our video on how to play the original version of the game. This game comes to you from Albi. It's for 2 to 4 players, ages 7 and up, and the average game time is just about 30 minutes. The objective of the game is to battle your way through layers of monsters in the hopes to face off against the king of all monsters, and if you are the first player to defeat the king of all monsters, you are the champion of the realm. Now, if you haven't already done so, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. We certainly do appreciate that, and it does help us grow. Now, let's take a look at what's inside the box.
There are 6 hero cards, 20 hit point cards, 82 monster cards, 36 starting action cards, 6 setup row cards, and 13 potion cards. To set up, first collect the potion cards and divide them into 3 piles based on their color: red, blue, and purple. The potions are for strength, healing, and counter curse. To the left of the 3 stacks, place the merchant card, and to the right, set up the pawn shop card. Separate the monster cards into 4 stacks based on their level: 1, 2, 3, or the boss level. Find the level 1 start card. Place it underneath the merchant. Go through the level 1 monsters and find all of the ones that have a key on them. Remove them from the rest. Take the level 1 monsters that do not have keys and deal out 5 cards, monster side up, like this. Take the rest of the level 1 monsters and place them in a pile, monster side up, to the left of the level 1 start card. Take the pile of the level 1 key monsters and place them in a pile, monster side up, on the right side, like this. Now follow the same steps for level 2 and level 3 monsters. Find the boss level start card and place it underneath the level 3 start card. Choose one of the boss cards for this game. You can either choose at random or as a group decide which boss will be used for the game. Now each player needs to choose a character for the game. Each character has different abilities, and we'll go over those a bit later. Place the hero card in front of yourself along with the 5 heart cards, laid heart side up. Each player should collect their 6 action cards for their character. Shuffle them and place them here, hero side up. This is your draw pile. Any discarded cards are placed on the opposite side of the hearts over here. To start, you draw 4 cards from your draw pile into your hand. Now we're ready to play, but before we can get into the gameplay, let's go over the different cards and what they do. So, monster cards have the level of the card, the number of hit points needed to destroy the monster, how much attack damage the monster does, what type of potential award is there for defeating the monster, and some cards at the bottom have a curse that is done during battle. The action cards have one of 4 colors. Here at the bottom tells you what type of actions the cards will render when played. There can be attack, shield, draw a new card, or healing points given. On the right side of the card you will see triangles with colors. This is to indicate what type of colored card you will have to play next when choosing to play another card. For example, if I play this card and I want to play another card after it, I would have to play either a green or a blue card. The health cards are used to track damage taken in battle. Each time you battle a monster and you calculate how much damage you take, flip over that many cards to indicate the damage took. If your hero goes down to 0, you're not out. However, you will have to revive on your next turn. Equipment cards can be earned in battle. When you earn an equipment card, you place it by your hero like this. You are allowed one of each type of equipment. There are weapons and there are armor. Each piece of equipment shows additional action card effects like health, shield, attack, or even give you more cards within your hand. Key cards give you access to higher levels. In order to attack a monster on level 2, you must have the key from level 1, and so on. Once you obtain a key, you cannot obtain a second key of the same kind. Potion cards can be obtained by making trades with a merchant. You can only have one of each kind of potion in your possession and no more. Once you use a potion, it should be returned to the merchant.
So those are the basics of each type of card, and now we're going to move on to the gameplay. You want to pick a player to go first, and then play will go clockwise around the table, although that was counterclockwise. Anyhow, on a player's turn, you're going to have 3 options, and you can do one of those 3 options on your turn. 1, you can fight a monster. 2, you can visit the merchant and make a trade. Or 3, you can revive your hero.
When a player chooses to fight a monster, they first must declare which monster they are going to battle with, keeping in mind that particular monster is on a level that the player has access to. Once you have selected the monster you wish to battle, you may now play cards from your hand one at a time until you choose to end, run out of cards, or do not have any cards that you can legally play. So let's say I'm going to attack this spider here. He has 2 health and wields a damage of 1. I look in my hand and I have this axe I can play. It has an attack of 2, which is more than enough to defeat the spider. I can choose to stop, or I can play more cards, but the cards I play must either be red or blue. But let's say I stop here. Now we calculate the results of the battle. The monster always attacks first. The spider does an attack of 1. I do not have any equipment or action cards that protect me from the attack. So I would turn one of my health cards over to indicate the 1 damage. Now we do my attack, which is 2, which is enough to defeat the spider. I now collect the card and I flip it over to receive my prize, which it's a blue action card. I take this card and I now place it into my discard pile, along with the cards that I used on my turn. I now draw from my draw pile to bring my hand back up to 4. I now take the top monster from the pile on the left and place it in the slot where the monster who was just defeated once sat. If you ever run out of cards in your draw pile, take your discard pile, shuffle, and place it face down to create a new draw pile. Once you have completed your attack and drawn new cards, your turn is over and the next player begins their turn. Now let's try another battle that's a little bit more difficult. I'm going to battle this goblin. He has a health of 4 and an attack of 6. Plus, he has curses. This one indicates that I cannot use any blue cards during the battle, and this one shows that I cannot use the action to draw more cards. My health is currently sitting at 4. Let's say I have some equipment on me, like this helmet. And here is my hand. I will lead out with this green magic card. This card has 2 effects. One is a health effect. When you play any card with this symbol, you immediately take the effect on your overall health. So by playing this card, I can now turn over my downturned health card to bring me back up to full health. This card will also give me an extra shield point to protect me against the monster's attack. This card will also allow me to play any other color. However, I cannot play a blue card because of the monster's curse. So I am left with this axe and then followed by the lightning bolt for a total of 5 damage, which is enough to defeat the goblin. Now we calculate the battle, and the monster always goes first. So the monster does 6 damage, but I have this helmet, which takes 2 of the damage, and I played this green card, which takes 1 of the damage, leaving 3 damage. So I flip over 3 health cards. I have more than enough needed to defeat him, so I collect the card and flip him over. It's a key, so I will add it to my equipment. To review the actions, swords provide attack damage, shields provide protection against damage, hearts automatically flip over any health that was lost, cards draw a card from the draw pile into your hand. If you ever have any equipment that has a card symbol on it, it means that your hand is increased by that many. If your equipment has a heart, it means that after the battle is over, you regain that number of health. Another option on your turn is to visit the merchant. If you choose to visit the merchant, you can trade any item from your equipment or action cards that does not have the character on the back. You take the card you wish to trade and place it above the potions. You can now select one of the potions or any of the other items that have been left with the merchant.
If it's an equipment card or a potion card, you take that and you place that into your gear. If it's an action card, you're going to take it and place it into your hand. Now, if that card takes you over your hand limit, you will have to take one of your cards and discard it into your discard pile. And on the flip side, if after you're done visiting the merchant, your hand is not at hand limit, you then draw from the draw pile to make yourself go back up to hand limit.
You are not allowed to trade in potions or keys to the merchant shop. Speaking of potions, a potion is a one-time use. Once used, return to the merchant. When using the potion of strength, you will double the attack or defense of the next card that you play. When using the potion of health, you immediately bring your hero back up to full health. When using a counter curse potion, for the duration of that turn, you can choose to eliminate one of the curses for a monster that you are battling. So say again we're battling this guy. I can choose to eliminate his blue card curse. Now I can play blue cards against this monster during the battle. The final option on your turn is to revive your hero. If you choose to do this, flip over all of your health cards back to full strength and end your turn. If your hero falls to 0 health during a turn, at the start of your next turn, you must revive your hero. Play would continue until the first player to defeat the boss monster. That player is the champion of the realm and the winner of the game. Now that we understand the basics of the game, let's look at the characters and their special abilities that each bring to your play. Argentus the Wizard, once per battle, he can play a blue card when the previous card does not indicate that a blue card can be played. Horon the warrior, once per battle, if he plays 2 attack cards in a row, he can add 1 attack point to his overall attack. Lord Zandros the Warlock, once per turn, he can play 1 card that is forbidden by a curse, or play an action card that is forbidden by a curse. This does not apply to equipment curses. Adarin the Thief, even if Adarin loses all hit points during a battle, she still gets a chance to strike at the monster and defeat it. However, this ability cannot be used against the boss monster. Victorious the Swordsman. The second card played by this character can have a color other than those indicated by the first card played. Taya the Oracle, when she plays an action card that has the draw card effect, she draws 2 cards, chooses 1 to keep, and the other goes to the bottom of the draw pile. If the draw pile is not enough to draw 2, shuffle the discard pile and create a new draw pile.
And so that is KARAKGOBLIN. Thanks for joining us today. We sure hope you enjoyed our explanation on KARAKGOBLIN. And if you did, if you could give us a like and subscribe, we certainly do appreciate that. And it does help us grow. Well, now we know the basics, so let's play.